Today I'm talking about how to clean and get back into service a Model 8H14 Almanac. Now, this is my favorite of the ones that keep the date and the day of the week and the date models. There's three of them. There's also the 8H15 Instructor and the 8H17 Registrar. Now, I'm without knowing this for sure, I'm going to go out on a limb here and say the internals for all three of these clocks are identical. All right, so if I'm right, it would mean if you were taking one of these or one of these apart, all the mechanical stuff is going to be the same as what I'm talking about now. So, and I strongly suspect that that's the case. So anyway, this is my fourth one. I have three others that I've already cleaned and put back together again. And kind of put off working on these because I thought there would be some really intricate gear system inside that was hard to, put back together again correctly or whatever. But the fact of the matter is that's not true. Well, there may be complicated gears, but they're all staked. Okay, so they're attached with rivets, so you can't take them apart. And so it's really not too tough. There's a couple of things to look out for. So here's one of the ones that I already fixed up. And so what I'm working on over here, this is actually a water slide decal. It's a copy of this face because this one, the paint was all burnt and fallen off. So to begin with, it's going to be just like a regular, what I call time-only clock. That is a clock that doesn't have an alarm or a strike or chime feature. So you turn it on the back and you got these two knobs. Both of these are reverse threaded. That means in order to get these knobs off, you have to turn them clockwise to the right. Okay, so once you get past that, it's easy. Take out these two screws, tilt it forward, and the glass and the face and the movement all is going to come out as a unit and look something like this. Now, this model does have this kind of double bezel. So this thing, it slips over everything like this, and you just slide it to the back and off. Sometimes you got to give it a little nudge. And then it's just like a time-only clock by G Telecron. So you unbend these tabs, the bezel comes off. You got a lens like this, the face. And when you take the face off, you're going to encounter something a little bit different now. So the deal is this piece right here, okay, is going to just simply pull away. It's just pressed on there. Well, there you go. I didn't mean to do that so violently, but there you go. So it just pulls away, kind of like an alarm hand might. Okay, and you can see that there's part of the mechanism there, and it's all staked in. So you can take it apart. You just have to grind out the rivets. So that's what it looks like. Now, one thing that is different with this is you'll notice there are these three Phillips head screws holding the movement to the front plate. So typically, this is the first G Telecron that I've encountered where they use Phillips head screws. This particular one, somebody had taken it apart and really torqued these down, and I was unable to loosen these. So I had to go in with a Dremel and cut so that I could use a flathead screwdriver. But this is the first thing, is to take out these three screws. And I should say first thing, I have already removed the coil and rotor from this. So I usually start with that, but I've already done that. So after I take out the coil and rotor, something like this, I'm going to take out these three screws and remove the front plate, expose the movement. And the movement is practically the same as your regular time clock, with a couple of small exceptions. So I'm gonna want to make sure I keep track of these. So this is the front plate here, and I would typically clean this front plate, but because this wheel with the days of the month is riveted on there, I don't want to do that. Okay, I'd lose that. So I'd lose the days of the week, that paint. So I'm going to just clean this by hand, and I'm going to take a Q-tip and some lacquer thinner and just very carefully go in here and remove whatever dust, grease that I can. This is what it looks like on the back. Again, all staked. There's nothing for me to take apart and know how to reassemble on this. So put that out of the way. Now, there's something in particular about these, and this is the trick to it all right here. This thing right here. So we pull this out. There's a spring. Okay, it attaches right there. Okay, and that needs to come off. And then there's also going to be a spacer the spring wraps around that comes off. Okay, so there's three small spacers for this clock that you got to keep track of to get it put back together so it works right. That's one of them. Okay, the other one is right here. And this isn't uncommon to see this in, you know, alarm clocks, but that little piece right there. Then over here, for the time set, you have a spacer as well. So keeping track of those three spacers are important. Now you might recognize these if you worked before on a GE Telechronon. This is just your basic setup for a time-only clock. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take all these pieces here and I'm going to clean them in the ultrasonic cleaner, clock cleaning solution. This I'm going to do by hand. If this was the original face, I might touch it up. I will tell you that I did take some water and just lightly cleaned off the numbers on this ring and the days of the week on this ring. Don't want to use anything too caustic, might take the paint off. So, all right, so I'm gonna go clean these and get back to you and show you how to put it back together again.